Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The Lakers need size, and Jaren Jackson Jr. is a great option because he defends well, has ideal size, shoots threes, and would be a perfect pick-and-roll combination with Luka Doncic, who excels when he has someone who poses a threat with lobs. The Lakers could sign Jaren Jackson Jr. this offseason, which would likely fill most of the holes the team is currently facing. Jackson Jr., who currently plays for the Memphis Grizzlies, is a former Defensive Player of the Year who can effectively protect the paint and also contribute offensively. Lakers could sign elite center from Knicks. The Los Angeles Lakers are embarking on a crucial offseason following a brutal end to their 2024-25 NBA season. Los Angeles fell short of getting out of the first round of the postseason, falling to the size of the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Lakers will be searching for a big man this offseason, and they could be looking to make a splash. Los Angeles doesn't have a lot of tradable assets, but the team may be able to put together a strong offer for a center. Andy Bailey of Bleacher Report listed some potential targets for the Lakers to consider, and one name really stuck out. Bailey mentioned Memphis Grizzlies star center Jaren Jackson Jr. as an option for Los Angeles, as Memphis is looking to deal him. Jackson is one of the league's best rim protectors and shot blockers. One of his few weaknesses, rebounding, is a strength of Luka's. And unlike some of the other options above, Jackson isn't just a threat as a roller out of ball screens. He's a pick-and-pop option who can keep the lane clear for Luka's drives, too. Jackson Jr. is eligible for a new contract this offseason, and it remains to be seen if the Grizzlies are willing to give him the maximum deal. If they aren't, it could open the trade market for his services this offseason, and the Lakers would likely contact them to see what it would take to land him. The biggest issues with Jackson would be the cost to land him, but he could be a solid pairing alongside star guard Luka Doncic. Los Angeles would need to send a lot of draft capital to Memphis, along with some key role players. This would be the toughest target to land, but Jaren Jackson Jr. is at number 1 on this list because he'd also be the best. Let's start with the concerns. It'd likely cost a decent amount of draft capital and probably Reeves, but the Memphis Grizzlies are enough of a mess for an offer like that to tempt them. Landing Jackson Jr. could alleviate some concerns for the Lakers moving forward, while giving them a solid duo for the future. Even if it seems unlikely right now, any player can be moved in the NBA, and the Lakers should be determined to make a splash this offseason. Rob Pelinka says Lakers will explore every single unturned stone to add center to roster in offseason. After a first-round exit in the playoffs, Rob Pelinka will do everything he can to add a center to the Lakers. All season long, it was clear the Lakers needed a center. In the middle of the year, Anthony Davis asked for one, and after he was traded for Luka Doncic, that made LA's depth at the 5 even worse. Miraculously, J.J. Redick managed to maximize Jackson Hayes during the regular season and played many small ball lineups, getting the Lakers to 50 wins and the 3rd seed in the Western Conference. However, the chickens finally came to roost for the Lakers during the playoffs. Hayes was ineffective against the size the Wolves had with players like Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle, and Minnesota easily defeated Los Angeles in 5 games. During Lakers president of basketball operations Rob Pelinka's exit interview, he bluntly stated LA's size issue as something he will resolve this summer. It's very clear, and it was clear then and we spoke to it, that this team and this roster needs more size and needs a center position, Pelinka said. That's a very clear and obvious byproduct of trading potentially the best big in the league to Dallas to get a point guard. Of course that's going to open up a huge hole. As I said before, the trade deadline and the moments up to it don't allow you the requisite time to explore every single unturned stone to add a big to our roster. We just didn't have the time after the Luka trade, but now we do. That's the good news. Clearly, we'll be very diligent, we'll be very detailed, we'll work hard. You've got the NBA Combine coming up here in a couple weeks in Chicago. That's when a lot of the executives get together and start talks about off-season planning and roster construction. The one thing we know about the NBA is there's always new and unexpected opportunities around the corner. That's just the nature of this business. My focus is going OT beyond that and making sure next year we have the requisite size to have a team that can compete for a championship. Underscore 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 underscore. The Lakers tried to address this center issue by trading for Mark Williams, but the deal was rescinded when he failed his physical. Los Angeles had to continue the rest of the way with only Hayes, Alex Len, and two-way players Christian Coloco and Trey Jemison III as their center options. In hindsight, the Lakers shouldn't have entered this year so thin at the 5 spot, and when Davis left, it made a bad situation worse. Well, that's water under the bridge, and now the focus is on ensuring the Lakers don't end up in that situation again entering the 2025-26 season. During Luka's introductory press conference, Pelinka mentioned wanting a vertical lob threat at the 5 to pair with Doncic. As we enter the offseason, that vision remains the same, but other options are also possible. In terms of center trades, it would be great to have a center that's a vertical threat, a lob threat, and someone that can protect the interior defensively, Pelinka said. I think those would be keys. But there's multiple different types of centers that can be very effective in the league. There's also spread centers that can protect the rim. We'll look at those as well. I wouldn't want to limit the archetype, but we know we need a big man. If you can play center a little, the Lakers need you a lot. Pelinka needs to find a big via a trade, the draft, or in free agency. The pitch to be a Laker has never been better. A center can enter as the missing piece with a shot at winning a title in Los Angeles, playing alongside Luka and LeBron James. Pelinka has helped bring the Lakers back to relevancy so far, but the job is not finished. He needs to add a big so this team can become a legit title contender. LeBron James hopes Luka Doncic stays with Lakers long-term. With Luka Doncic being extension eligible this summer, LeBron James hopes he commits to the Lakers. Now that the Lakers season is done, the focus quickly pivots to the offseason and how the team will improve this roster for a better 2025-26 season. While Los Angeles has clear holes in its roster, especially at the center position, the biggest question is what Luka Doncic will do regarding his contract situation. He has a player option for the 2026-27 season, but can sign an extension on August 2nd. While it's widely expected that Luka will sign a long-term contract with the Lakers, until he does, anything is possible. In a recent article by Dave McMenamin of ESPN, LeBron made it clear that while he won't try to convince Luka to stay in Los Angeles, he hopes he remains a Laker long-term. "No, that ain't my job," James told ESPN. I don't think, I know, Luka knows how I feel about him. And ultimately, that trade happened for the future. That's not for me. Luka has to decide what he has to do with his future. He's 26 years old, I'm 40, so he can't be basing his career off me. That's just real. But I hope, obviously, he stays long-term. Laker fans FING love him here. LA has accepted him. We love him as a teammate, as a brother. But ultimately, he's got to make a decision for him. I ain't going to be around much longer. While Luka clearly has many more years in front of him than LeBron, it's always good when the top two players get along and are on the same page about playing together. From allowing him to be the last player announced during starting lineups during his Lakers debut and return to Dallas to every word he's given to the media regarding the young superstar, LeBron has done nothing but embrace Luka since he arrived in Los Angeles. Still, as LeBron himself acknowledges, this is his decision, and while he didn't choose to be a Laker, he now has control over whether he will be one for years and years. Lakers fans want that, and the biggest star in Los Angeles hopes it happens. On August 2nd, we'll find out if Luka is thinking the same thing and signs an extension. Lakers starter's job is safe despite criticism after early playoff exit. Ever since the Los Angeles Lakers suffered a disappointing defeat at the hands of the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs, the fans have been brainstorming ways to improve the roster to become true championship contenders. One of the most obvious and popular moves commonly discussed by the media and fans is a potential Austin Reaves trade. Reaves is the best trade asset on this team thanks to his age, upside, and team-friendly contract, and is therefore seen as the most clear path for the Lakers to acquire a third star next to LeBron James and Luka Doncic. Lakers should keep Austin Reaves for at least another season. While this desire is understandable, trading Reaves now would be a mistake. Not only have GM Rob Pelinka and the Lakers leadership shown no indication that they would be willing to trade Reaves, they even kept him out of the Luka Doncic trade, but holding on to the scoring guard also may give the Lakers the best chance to build a sustainable winner. The theory for winning for the Lakers involves having three high-level shot creators in Reaves, Doncic, and James. Most teams in the NBA have three perimeter stoppers they can put on this three-headed monster, leaving at least one of them to have an advantageous matchup. Put shooting and rim running around that group, and you should automatically have an elite offensive unit. Instead of looking for ways to ship out Reaves, the Lakers need to search for ways to best optimize the Reaves-Doncic-James trio. That means that they have to get a reliable center who can protect the rim and finish around the basket, while adding more 3-and-D role players. The Lakers should be able to do that without giving up one of their highest upside assets. Attaching draft capital to Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, and Maxi Kleber's contracts should be able to get LA a few more rotation-caliber options to fill their holes. The Reaves-Doncic-James experiment deserves at least one more season with better-fitting players around them. J.J. Redick evaluates first season as head coach. The Los Angeles Lakers and general manager Rob Pelinka took a big swing last offseason when they hired J.J. Redick to be the franchise's next head coach. Redick had no professional coaching experience prior to being handed the keys in LA, leading to criticism of Pelinka for the pick and a general doubt about Redick's abilities. Pelinka's faith was well placed, as Redick more than proved he belonged in his first season. Despite an unceremonious end with a first-round exit, Redick had a strong season atop the Lakers. He shifted play styles multiple times to fit a drastically changed roster and helped lead the Lakers to a 50-win season and the number 3 seed in the Western Conference. But, of course, those positives were met with the negatives of the first-round defeat to the Minnesota Timberwolves in 5 games. At his end-of-season press conference with Pelinka, Redick evaluated his first season and the feeling that came with losing the way LA did. "Yeah, I would just say coming into the building today was sort of an eerie, familiar feeling," Redick said. "I've always felt like a team is a living organism, and that season, you've got to feed the organism and hope that it's healthy. Certainly, every organism has some chronic issues and you try to address those. And then when you come in after the season, it feels like a funeral and it feels like the death of that organism. And that's, in a moment of reflection this morning, the sad part and the disappointing part. We wanted this group to have the opportunity to play for a championship. We didn't obviously deliver on that. As a player, I can remember vividly a season ending in the playoffs. You get on the plane, flight back, it's quiet. You're writing down everything you want to be better at, and it's no different as a coach. And I think that's where my mind goes today, immediately. How can I be better? And I'm going to take a lot of time. Thankfully this offseason I have more time than last offseason to really self-evaluate, listen to my staff, listen to players, listen to Rob Pelinka. And figure out ways I can be better, ways I can help get us closer to that ultimate goal of hanging banner 18. Redick continued by discussing the process of growth and learning between seasons, and how he and his staff can improve from what took place in 2024 to 25. "I look at everything as an opportunity for growth," he said. Giannis had a press conference a couple years ago where he talked about failure versus success. And I think I look at things more as a river. It's all a part of one long winding journey. Along that, you might run into a dam, you might run into the beaver's work, we've talked about that before. You just never know what things come along on that journey. And so you have to be willing to embrace failure, you have to be willing to embrace success. But you have to be able to grow in both. And so I think everything that happened this year, with the players, the staff, the wins and the losses, has been incredibly beneficial. And I'm not ready for the offseason, none of us are, but this'll be a great offseason for me and my staff to continue to grow as well.